This is a story, a tale of sorts, of inherited fear, webs we've been caught in. If arachnophobia hits a soft spot, then pray the fangs don't get it.
Arachnophobia. Some say it's an evolutionary response, all to avoid illness and infections caused by spider bites. Some, unfortunately, can't be avoided. Rumors of a spider-like cryptid hunts its unknowing victims, whether in the hills of the city's outskirts or in the city itself. Throughout history, many names like Arachne, Neith, Minerva, Ananasi, Joragumo have been mentioned to describe mythical spider beings. But that lays my question. Why does she seek out humans? Are we just her helpless prey to feed on? So, beware this cryptid, known as Blackarachnia. You never know where she'll turn up. I just hope you don't get caught up in her webs. Welcome back to the second episode of Monster Month, where we are taking a look at some of the spooky, the creepy, the crawly, and the monstrous of the Transformers. Now, I chose this one over all the other Blackarachnias that I have in my collection. Just the colors of it just stand out, the design, and not just the robot, but also the spider mode. And let's show off that first of all. I love just what they did. No, mind its age. It is kind of an older figure, but I do enjoy the color scheme that they went with it. It is very, in my eyes, it's very, yeah, the eyes, because there's spiders have a lot of eyes. There's a lot of very, I guess you could, if you really want to refer to it as this, as I am doing it, it's very Halloween looking. The reds, the purples, the translucent yellows, the green that's splashed throughout the figure. Not just to, and it's a spider. It's spider, ooh, spooky spider chick. Now, is it, a realistic looking spider? Not so much, but it is very monsterish. Now, that's really why I chose this one for the number one reason. It's just a horrific monstrosity of something that we would recognize as a spider. But it's like 1,000 times, you wouldn't want to run into this if you were outside, right? Am I right? This weird glowing looking alien creature spider comes running at you. You better have a good can of Raid. It better be the extra strength Raid too. Like really, really, really good stuff. So, functionality. It does have posable legs. So we're looking at the back. Baby's got back. Spider's got back. And if, they carry enough weight, they'll have back problems. It's a little spider joke there. So, you can move the legs around. They are on ball joints. And you can swivel if you do wish to do. A lot of things you can do. There's also a lot of things you can't. Like, you probably couldn't survive against some creature like this. I mean, I don't know. Comment think you could survive an encounter with this out in the wild. A wild Blackarachnia has appeared. Yeah, so I mean, you can get some good posability out of it for its age. And now this was, again, from Beast Machines. And it's not exactly show accurate. But nonetheless, it is a very unique and interesting figure. What more can I say? You can see right there. It's really hard to get into the view. But right here, there's a Maximal Energon crystal or spark crystal. They've gone by like a multitude of different names over the years, but I've always referred to it more as a spark crystal, and it does have the Maximal symbol, but it is the Maximal symbol that was used for Beast Machines. On this side, you got like a weird, almost like web-like pattern on there on the inside of that translucent plastic. And then you've got red translucent plastic all through right in these spots, going down to the back end. Now, it does have, it's really hard to get it into where I'm really wanting it. Let's do a little bit of some lighting. Let's put some lighting on this situation. Alright, so let's turn this off. And let's show off the light piping. As you can see, that's very, very well done. And it's all just piped through the back, which would be, in this case, the underside. So all the green and the red really pop up. Not to mention the head of the spider, with it being all translucent, it lights up pretty well. So yeah. I do enjoy me some good light piping. Something that I miss, especially these days. I don't do light piping very much. So yeah, there's just a ton of molded in detail in this figure. In the head, you can't really see it all too well, but there are molded in eyes and molded in detail around the sides and on the top. And there's a little gimmick. So if you take the legs, and what I would refer to these as legs, they're more like pincers, but if you move them back, the fangs of the spider actually move. Or you can, even do it with these ones. I just prefer kind of utilizing these front legs. So she can bite, she can consume. Let's hope that it's not you, or at least not very soon. Happy Halloween, everybody. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting little gimmick. A lot of those figures had gimmicks. Those who remember my Beast Machines Optimus Primal review, that's old. I showed off the little gimmick that figure did. They all had their own little funky little fun gimmicks. So, yeah, it's a fair spider mode. It's considerably different from what she was in the show. And any other versions of her, this one always stood out. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Neaterino. Yeah, I just like the metallic purple that they went with the figure. So, Well, let's go ahead and transform her, and we'll be right back. Alright, here is her robot mode, and well, it's quite different from a lot of the others. And again, it's the same thing with her spider mode. The arms, I really do like what they did. She can also do the splits. Let's bring out some better lighting for this, because I like what they did with the face. She's got pink lipstick, she's got pink eyeliner, and she does have green eyes. And that's because of this. We can get this to light up properly. Let's do this for just a moment. She's got green light up eyes, and not just that, but if you do this, these little things slide up. She keeps doing the splits. She's got 2 more sets of eyes along with the ones in the center. And, well, she can pretty much have multiple light up eyes. So, hooray for eyes. What would we ever do without them? A lot of things. That'd be really horrible. So yeah, it's a very unique sculpt. There's plenty of articulation. There's a lot of ball joints. So you can do a full 360 at the shoulder, full 360 at the elbow, and swivel at the elbow. For some reason, these don't like to move anymore, but they used to. These claws used to be able to go back and forth. I do have another version of her. So let me kind of do a little bit of comparison. And, well, there you go. There's even more Halloween colors. Yeah, as you can see, these on this one, they like to articulate. But for some reason, on the original one, they don't. I always thought this one looked cool, but I kind of wanted to go with the original version of this mold. But yeah, little cameo with the Halloweenitized version of Blackner. Yeah, good old Blackarachnia. And this is the universe version, and well, I want to say it was the No, I'm saying Energon. I want to say it might have been part of either Universe or Armada. I can't exactly remember. It's been quite a while. But there's a Decepticon insignia that's painted over the Spark Crystal, which is actually kind of funny. It's the Dinobot. Not to be confused with the Dinobot or the Dinobots. It was like a sub-faction that was from the Beast Machines line that had a different Spark Crystal. I'll actually go over this. I'll do another video, actually. I'll talk about this one in the coming future. Throwback Thunder Thursday return, possibly. Let's see. Only time will tell. Tale as old as time. Time is old as tales. Tales. So, yes, full legal, yeah, I mean, you could get a full 360 at, yeah, there you go. Articulation at the knee and at the ankle for foot articulation, even though it's for, well, transformation. Well, let's use our imagination. I mean, I really enjoy the colors that they used. There's just plenty. There's plenty and plenty of this metallic purple that really makes the figure stand out. Not to mention the little bits of this neon green accents throughout it. Makes me think of Cell from Dragon Ball Z. The hair has a almost wire design of a red hourglass that female Black Widows do have on the underside, which I believe I didn't go over that. Anyways, yeah, that's on the bottom side in the spider mode. Don't know why I didn't do that. She's got spiked shoulder pads, and I don't know why she keeps doing the splits. Why do you keep doing the splits? You're old, you'll get hurt. Has like a blend of like an off green, like a off gold. Again, the arms, very interesting choice. Very eerie, because it's very almost biomechanical, which I guess in this case is what they're going for with Beast Machines. And again, look from the back. Now, the other reason why I wanted to do this figure was because how the robot mode looks. The robot design is very reminiscent of, in my eyes, 4 iconic, spooky female characters out there. I'll put that up. And just very, very different, very scary, very, very unique. And again, you know, when we have her compared to her twin, they're both great. I like the color schemes for both, but this one I wanted to do this one for this, and then, you know, as a little added bonus, show off the even more spookier Halloween colors of the other version. So yeah, it's a great figure if you can find it. You'll have to probably go on eBay, or you'll have to hit up Doc Brown and make a time machine, go back and get it while it was still in stores. I just remember seeing these all over Kmart when I was in elementary. They had all of them. They had the Beast, like the Beast War repaints in the Universe line at the time too. These were just everywhere, and I know Beast Machine isn't everybody's favorite cup of tea, but the figures that we got out of that show, just very unique, very good, fresh takes on the iconic Beast Wars characters. So, there we go. We went from a spooky alien monster spider to a horrific, scary female robot. What even has a little Batman arm spikes. She's not Batman, no. So yeah, there we go. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. You know, or is this something that you have? Is this something that you used to have? Is this something that you'd like to have? Or is it something you got rid of well over a decade ago? Let me know. I'd be very curious to know. If you haven't followed me on my social medias, feel free to go ahead and do so. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at The Mighty Beastman. You can follow me on Twitter at The Mighty Beastman. And for my official YouTube Twitter, that is Beastman Review. I'll be posting plenty of this stuff. And that's the one I'll be active on most. Out of the 2 Twitter accounts. And anyways, on the Instagram, I'm consistent with my activity on there. So yeah, go ahead and check me out on there. And, well, if you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do so. It helps out the channel quite a lot. And then, if you haven't seen the first episode of Monster Month, I did a review on the Transformers Legacy Iguanus, and I chose that one because, well, that robot mode is based off of the Pretender shell of the Generation 1 character Iguanus. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Keep on rocking in the free world, and don't get caught in any webs. They're not pleasant to walk in. They're not pleasant. I know these things.